Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar for today. It's time to learn about operations excellence and how to become a top performing vendor. So, vendors, I hope you are all doing well. I hope you have scanned the QR code on the lower left side of this presentation so that you may join our Viber channel to get updated with the latest news and deals from Food Panda. Now, before we begin, if you've got any feedback, a short survey will be sent out to you via email at the end of this session. We also have a copy of this presentation linked there. So if ever you want to save it for later and review the presentation, you may check it out there. And if you have questions, you may submit it in the chat anytime. The handout is also available in this browser in GoToWebinar. And if you are interested in learning more, you may log into Restaurant Portal and head on over to university for more tips and tricks. And without further ado, I am Clarissa Calvo, Vendor Communications Associate for Food Panda Philippines, and welcome dear vendors once again. Now, our agenda for today, we will discuss a short case study, and then it will be followed by a topic about fail orders or fail rates, and of course, CRC or customer recovery charge. Next will be all about becoming a top performing vendor. And lastly, if you are ready to be an all-star. Now, let me ask you a question. Is this you? Are you local cuisine ABT? So, may small business ka ba? Are you just starting? And if you are not starting, if you've been in the business, do you have a smaller number of staff members? Or ikaw lang ba yung nagwo-work sa sarili niyong restaurant? Well, let's say ikaw lang yung nakakaalam or ikaw lang yung trained to use the device. And you are, or one of your staff that is well educated with the device is on leave. Tapos yung iba mong kasama, hindi alam kung paano gamitin yung device. So you are left with an outdated menu. So yung item availability nyo, meaning hindi siya na-update on time, or meron ding late response time since hindi nga knowledgeable yung ibang staff members or ikaw mismo, maybe wala ka masyadong response sa orders on foodpanda during lunch and dinner, especially pag madami ng customers. Or pwede ring aware ka nga sa device use, pero may inconsistent device use naman. So, hindi lahat ng staff ay trained or hindi masyadong alam kung paano gamitin yung device. Now, did you know all these three contribute to vendor fail orders? Meaning, if may outdated menu, inconsistent device use, and late response time ka, yung mga customers na umu-order sa inyo ay nare-reject. And 92% of rejected customers do not reorder from restaurants. But what can we do to improve these or to avoid these problems? How can we turn away from this and keep customers coming back for more? Well, if you stay on with us, we will bring you through the tips and tricks on how to become a top performing vendor. Now, let's start with how to be impressionable. Now, what causes high order fail rates? So, madaming factors yan. You could be new, again, as I've mentioned earlier, baka bago kayo sa foodpanda, so hindi pa kayo familiar. So you lack the familiarity with tools and not knowing how to accept incoming orders. Another reason is baka outdated yung menu and products niyo, so hindi updated yung items pag may unavailable or out of stock. Number 3, baka nakakalimutan ninyong iset yung restaurant niyo to open or checking in. Kasi if your restaurant is closed or busy, that's what your customers will see in the app. Now, lastly, you may also be ignoring your Go-Droid device. Kaya may mga fail rates tayo. Now, what is the importance of avoiding failed orders? So, we have to avoid failed orders because hindi na tayo makakuha ng second chance to redeem ourselves, especially pag first impression pa lang or the first time that we encounter a new customer. Lalo na pag bago tayo rin sa foodpanda. So here, we have 3 reasons why you should avoid failed orders. Number 1, avoiding failed orders means you can avoid additional costs. Kasi if madami na tayong additional costs, that means may reduction in potential profits. Number 2, this will help you avoid bad customer experience. To make it sound more positive, pag walang failed orders, that means okay ang experience ni customer. Which leads to number 3, you can avoid deterring customers from returning. Kasi syempre, who wants their customers to leave and not order again from their restaurant, diba? So, with these 3, let's proceed to what I've mentioned, the incurring additional costs, which is yung CRC natin or yung customer recovery charge. So what is customer recovery charge or CRC? CRC is the penalty for rejecting orders that are fully within a restaurant's control. So again, penalty siya pag fully within a restaurant's control yung nangyari. So ano yung nangyari na yun? It could be because, number 1, when a customer orders and your restaurant is closed. Number 2, you are busy, meaning you have neglected your GoDroid device, so hindi na-accept yung order. Number 3, an item is unavailable. So, let's say out of stock pala yung dish, pero na-accept nyo na yung order. So, that's different from setting it as unavailable. Number 4, you did not respond to the order on time. But take note that delayed orders will no longer be charged sa CRC. Again, fully within your control lang yung may penalty. So, no penalties for the following. Number 1, yung missing items by riders. Number 2, riders stopping delivered before a customer has received the order. So, yung dalawang yon sa rider yon. And lastly, unsuccessful or failed orders. So, kunyari, umorder ng alcoholic beverage yung customer and they are not of age or di sila over 18. That means, magfa-fail yon and wala kayong penalty doon kasi it's fully out of your control. Again, missing items, pag tinap agad ni rider na delivered siya kahit hindi pa. And lastly, pag unsuccessful or failed order na siya. So now that we know all about CRC, it's time to become a top-performing vendor. Let's learn about the best practices and tips and tricks. So our first best practice is creating a daily checklist. Now, we have created a checklist for you and your team na kahit na simple actions lang siya, we believe that it will power you up and start your day right. Kasi these simple actions will improve your efficiency at work simply by starting with checking on your device. So, pag chinek ninyo yung device ninyo, make sure naka-on siya, it's plugged in. Make sure familiar na kayo sa device. Next, you have to make sure you have a strong Wi-Fi connection. Now, if you have chosen to have a SIM card, make sure naka-connect kayo sa data. Now, be mindful of the data kasi may maximum tayo na cap, which is 1.5 gigabyte. So, you may opt in to use that or mag-connect na lang sa Wi-Fi. Now, take note na this shall only be used to accept orders and update your menu, not for other browsing, internet browsing activities. Now, next, about the device, kailangan naka-on yung ringer natin. Make sure naka-max volume siya if kailangan para at least rinig mo or ng staff mo kung may nare-receive kayong orders. Siyempre, pag busy na tayo, pag madami ng, or let's say may dine-in kayo sa restaurant ninyo, minsan maingay sa restaurant, hindi ninyo maririnig yung device. So make sure naka-on yung naka-on yung ringer and make sure malakas yung volume niya. Next, check ninyo yung printer naman. Yung printer, make sure it has sufficient paper roll, nakalagay siya properly. So alam naman natin how to use thermal paper and receipts in printing out receipts. So make sure nakalagay siya properly. Second, make sure connected siya sa device. Make sure the printer is connected to the device. And lastly, yung menu, make sure yung item status is up to date and activate or deactivate items accordingly. So as I've mentioned, if may out of stock na kayong items, please set it as unavailable. And if kailangan may i-update sa restaurant portal, just go to restaurant portal. Pero yung updating ng unavailability and availability is readily done in the device. Now, use these to increase your efficiency, and I'm sure your day will be smooth all throughout. Next, we have prepared best practices on how to achieve excellence and efficiency for you. Now, number one, keep updated. Update your menu and opening hours regularly to avoid receiving orders when your kitchen is closed. Pag yung opening hours niyo nakaset as 9 a.m., make sure your kitchen is ready 30 minutes to an hour before it opens. So, mga 8:30 or 8 o'clock, okay na yung kitchen ninyo para hindi na kayo nagmamadali once orders start coming in at 9 o'clock when you open. And same din when you're closed or when you're about to close, make sure naka-open pa yung kitchen ninyo. So make sure, let's say magko-close kayo around 8 p.m., make sure open pa kayo until 9 p.m. Para by the time your restaurant is closed in foodpanda, you still have time to relax and close your restaurant for at least an hour later. So this is to avoid receiving orders when your kitchen is closed. Next, switch your status. Now, what do we mean by switch your status? That means switching your restaurant to busy or closed pag masyado ng madaming orders na pumapasok. So as I've mentioned earlier, syempre may mga times talaga na kung may dine-in kayo or pick up, dumadami yung orders masyado and hindi na ninyo ma-handle lahat. So if naka-open na kayo, you can set it to busy muna. Setting it to busy means your store will be closed for 30 minutes and then it will automatically open again after. Now, if masyado nang madami, you can switch it up and switch your status to closed muna. And then manually open it na lang ulit pag pwede na kayong mag-receive ng order sa foodpanda. This will avoid your bad customer experience and, of course, to avoid missing orders. Next, stay strong. Strong connection is the key. So if you have strong connectivity, your device is plugged in and okay yung Wi-Fi or internet, that means you will receive all orders that come through. And hindi kayo mahihirapan mag-accept kasi everything that you do there, that happens in real time. Pati yung pag-set ninyo ng menu to unavailable, it happens in real time. Now, lastly, as I've mentioned earlier, turn it up. Make sure malakas yung ringer para marinig ninyo yung incoming orders. Now, what do you do if you have an unavailable item? So I've mentioned this a couple of times na you can set your menu availability to unavailable if may out of stock. Now, there are two types of setting it to unavailable. Naka-yellow and the other one is naka-gray. So yung yellow means unavailable today. If you set it as that, that means buong araw siyang out of stock or unavailable. And yung gray naman means unavailable indefinitely, meaning it will stay unavailable until you set it to available. So manual siya. So let's say you have you don't have a stock of a specific item that will come with an order. Let's say French fries. If you have French fries delivered in the afternoon, pwede mo siyang iset as indefinitely. Meaning, sa morning lang siya unavailable. Then, isa-set mo na lang siya as available ulit sa afternoon. Pero let's say, bukas mo pa makukuha yung stock ng fries, then you can set it as unavailable today. Para buong araw siya unavailable. Then the next day, it will automatically set as available ulit. Now, again, pag walang item or out of stock yung items, just set it to unavailable. And your customers will see it in real time sa app. Now, you may also visit yung menu management natin sa restaurant portal. Take note na pag may changes sa menu management sa portal, it will reflect din in real time and it might reset your settings or yung mga sinet nyong unavailable sa device. So make sure to check on that. Kasi in the portal, you can add and edit your variation, create combo meals, add new items, edit your food dish description, pricing, and category, as well as upload dish photos and banner photos. So what is the listing and banner photo? Yun yung unang makikita nila na customer. Yun yung unang makikita nila customer sa app before they click on your restaurant, or yun yung nasa taas ng menu ninyo. And yung dish photos, yung photo ng item na i-order nila. So you can all do that in the menu management tool. Now, if you want to learn more, you may scan this QR code. And we also have a webinar dedicated to menu management. So you may check it out too. I will give you a few seconds to scan this QR code, and then we will proceed to the next topic. Okay, so after you've scanned the QR code, and don't worry, you may check it out on your own time in the restaurant portal. It's time to get familiar with the performance dashboard. So sa performance dashboard natin, this will help you understand the overall health of your restaurant. So number one yon. This will maximize your overall efficiency kasi alam na ninyo kung ano yung pain points and why your restaurant's health is low. Next, if you're checking your restaurant's health regularly, that means alam niyo kung ano yung kailangan baguhin and makikita ninyo kung healthy ba kayo. And pag healthy kayo, you will get rewarded for good performance. And that reward means being part of the popular near you swim lane. So dito, yung mga top performing outlets natin or restaurants are featured, meaning mas madami customers ang makakakita sa restaurant mo. And lastly, with the performance dashboard, you can maximize your earning potential kasi you can find out order rejection reasons and how to avoid them in the future. So, ano yung tsura ng performance dashboard? So this is the vendor performance dashboard. You can use this to identify areas of improvement and to understand your operations, sales, and revenue metrics. So, ito siya. Ito yung vendor health check. Ito yung customer ratings. These are where you can check out your metrics. So, just click on the arrow so that you can hide or expand your metrics. Then, dito sa upper right side naman, we have the time frame where you can adjust yung time frame na kailangan ninyo. Like, see if yung last 7 days or this week or yung current month. Or you can also click on the 3 dots right here to customize which dates you want to see. And syempre dito, if may multiple outlets kayo, you can set kung which outlet you'd like to see. Next, now, understanding your overall restaurant health. Yung restaurant health natin, as I've mentioned kanina, this will help you see kung ano yung mga kailangan i-improve. So, going back, if you click on outlet health check right here, you will see yung overall restaurant health. This is where you'll see kung okay ba yung performance ninyo. So, go to vendor performance and click on vendor health check. Then, you will see yung key metrics dyan. So, here we have yung restaurant order rejection rate, yung average restaurant acceptance time, yung restaurant delay rate, and yung photo coverage natin. So, as you can see, may red and green metrics tayo. Pag red, it means it's bad. Pag green, that means it's great or you've maintained it. So, having red metrics means you have to improve them. So, kunyari dito, 7.73% yung rejection rate, meaning tumaas siya. So, we have to lower it down compared to last month. Now, if you have maintained green metrics dito for the month, you will get rewarded. So, again, you will be part of the top performing outlets in the popular near you swim lane sa app. That means more customers will see you sa foodpanda app. And with that, by knowing all about the vendor performance dashboard, let me ask if you are ready to be an all-star. Now, being an all-star means you know the importance of good reviews and good ratings. Now, we Filipinos, whether we admit it or not, it is part of our culture na may bandwagon na sinasakyan. Or kung ano yung uso or ano yung okay sa iba, yun din ang tinatry natin. So that's pretty much yung short explanation of why we need good reviews and ratings. But to further explain, number one, it will attract a new fan base. So kung may bago sa restaurant, first time nila nakita yung restaurant mo, titignan nila unang-una yung reviews to check if okay ba yung restaurant na to, kung other other customers were satisfied with your service. Highly rated restaurants kasi will get 2.4 times more orders per month compared to low-rated ones. So let's say madami kayong chains in an area. If chain 1 is 5 stars and chain 2 is 4 stars, more likely o-order sa 5 stars si customer. Next, if you have a higher order value, means yung restaurants with 4 to 5 stars get 3.8 times higher order values compared to low-rated ones. So again, if meron kang competitor or same chain na mas mataas ang ratings sa'yo, more likely doon o-order sila customer. So 33% of customers who leave high rating means they will reorder sa inyo within 30 days. Minsan pa nga kung big fan talaga sila, they will order every other day sa inyo. So make sure to achieve that goal. And lastly, you can unlock additional growth tools to further scale and grow your business on foodpanda pag maganda yung ratings ninyo. And lastly, syempre, hindi matatapos ang ating presentation without tips and tricks. So this is how you can stand out from the crowd. Now, number 1, meet your customer expectation by providing accurate dish photos and portion size. So pag sinabi ninyong slice lang ng cheesecake, wag ninyong lagyan ng picture ng buong cake kasi that is in a way deceiving sa portion size. Kailangan aware si customer kung ganong kalaki yung portion size na marireceive nila. Next, you have to pay attention to details. So in the app, customers have the freedom to add details or special instructions as well as mention kung remove from my order or call me pag wala yung item, ganon. This is where you can improve customer experience kasi alam nila na you pay attention to their likes. This will also be helpful kung kunyari may allergies yung customer. Let's say they don't like milk with their drink. So you can use alternatives like soy milk. Yan. It will really depend kung ano yung ilalagay ni customer. So make sure you take note of that. And lastly, enhance customer experience. A small way to enhance this, syempre, we're all human. Baka may pinagdadaanan si customer. You'll never know, actually. So to enhance that, you may consider leaving a note for them, small thank you note, or at least telling them to have a nice day, para at least you may get to brighten their days a little bit. Especially now na we're in a pandemic and medyo magulo lahat ng bagay-bagay. So this will help them cheer up a bit and makakonsider nila na ang bait ng mga staff ng restaurant na to. I'm sure na they will order from you again. An additional plus, kung gusto ninyong mag-dine in si customer, you can give them an exclusive discount for their next order. You may also do that. And actually, that's the end of this webinar. I hope you all enjoyed. But before that, let me ask you, are you ready to become a top performing vendor? I hope you all are. Now, I hope you may also visit our useful links here. You may scan the QR codes to visit our restaurant portal. So again, ito yung one-stop platform natin. So you can check out your vendor performance dashboard as well as your menu management tools. You can also visit our university guides there, or you can scan the QR code here to see step-by-step guides and videos for you to get started on our platform, and our social channel to opt in getting updates from foodpanda Philippines. And lastly, yung university YouTube channel natin. If you're not into reading, well, you can watch our guides here. And once again, thank you for joining us in our Operations Excellence. I hope you learned a lot from us, and see you again next time. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye!